Episode 5! Finally, we are here. It's been a long time. So it is Saturday, October 9th. It's about 4:30 in the evening. I do have myself a little glass of wine here. And don't be fooled by the glass. This is in fact canned wine. Very guilty pleasure of mine. The story with that though. So I love beer, but I find that I don't know what it is about getting a little bit older, but like I have one beer and man, I feel it the next day. So wine has kind of become my go-to. The problem is I'm not like too much of a drinker. My husband doesn't drink at all. So if I open a bottle of wine, I will not be able to drink it fast enough before it goes bad. So I got into canned wine. Canned red wine is a little extreme, but this stuff is called Babe with the Bubbles. It's delicious. Don't knock it until you try it. It's probably full of sugar and that's why it tastes so good, but you know, we only live once, right? So it has been a heck of a long time since my last episode. I think it was a month ago. I am so sorry. In the meantime, it's like been hitting milestone after milestone after milestone. There's like over 550 subscribers on YouTube. This is like mind-blowing to me. Thank you. I have so much guilt associated with that number because I have not been on here and been active. So thank you. I am gonna try to do a better job, but it has been a hell of a month. And I think one thing I've kind of realized with Flosstube as well is even though I have like a handful of whips, you know, I have a bunch of different projects going on, I really am like a monogamous stitcher. I'm typically working on one project at a time, even though I might rotate after a few months. I really work on the same thing. So that works for me, but I realize it doesn't make for the most interesting Flosstube updates. So I'm thinking my channel will be more of like once a month, maybe every 3 weeks, but definitely going to be on the less frequent schedules that I have like more to show and share with you. Whew. I am also trying to make this a little bit easier on myself. I'm a bit of an overachiever, so normally I like to film these on my camera, upload all of the video, edit it together, which just takes a lot of time. So I'm feeling very inspired by all of the Flosstubers I've been watching who can just sit in front of the camera and talk and make it look so natural, and they don't have to edit or cut. There's no long, awkward pauses. Y'all are amazing. You impress me like constantly. I'm just always so blown away. So I'm trying to channel some of that energy. I definitely feel like I'm talking 500 miles a minute. So we'll see how this goes. So what have I been up to this month? It's been crazy. So I mentioned on YouTube, we're at like 550 subscribers. I also hit like huge milestones. On Instagram, I clocked in over 1,000 followers, which has just been amazing. Like the support there in the community just really blows me away. It's fantastic. And then I hit like a huge milestone on TikTok, over 100,000 followers. It's like, what? There's no words to express how unbelievable that is to me. I think right now it's a little over 110,000 followers. It's just kind of continuing to grow, and it's been incredible. I am so grateful. You all are amazing. That's all I can say. So that's kind of been crazy this month, and if you're not following me on either of those places, the like really, really big news is I'm selling products now. That's what this shirt is, Adam Heart Cross Stitch. I launched my store in October, and that was amazing, and there's lots more to come. But I'm going to kind of save the store stuff for the end. We're going to focus on the stitchy stuff first, and then anyone who's not interested on like the store stuff can drop off if you just want to see the stitchy stuff. But I've got some stuff, so let's get into it. So first up, and let's see. I did show this finish in my last video, but the progress since the last video is the hoop finish. Look at that. Very poor attempt to sign the felt. That did not work out the way I thought it would. But I am very, very proud of the hoop finish. I watched like a few different tutorials. I also posted a tutorial for doing this like felt backing on my TikTok. This was all part of a beginner to cross stitch series that I had filmed for TikTok. So love how this turned out. The pattern one last time is, my gosh, I can't get this even. So this is Moon Moth from DMC. This is, I believe, Oatmeal Ada. I just picked it up at Joann's. I think it might be DMC brand, but I don't remember. 14 count. So I love this little stitch. I think it was like a fun, beginner-friendly pattern and made a lot of sense to feature. And this was my first hoop like finish. I've never done this before. So I watched a bunch of different tutorials and was very intimidated by that, gosh, I think it's called a blanket stitch. I'm spacing, yeah, blanket stitch. But it was so much easier than I thought it would be, and I was like so happy with how this turned out. So kind of like final update on this one. Gonna put it back in its spot right there. Yes, that looks much better. So, stitchy update number 2. I also did some traveling this month. My little baby sister is getting married in about a month, so we did go to Nashville for her bachelorette party, bachelorette capital of the U.S., I think. I'd never been before. It was great. I would love to go back, not during a pandemic like this. I don't know. I've managed to get through the past year and a half without traveling anywhere for the most part. So that felt like the right decision to make. This was a trip. Obviously, I felt like I had to do it for my sister, and we had planned it when really I was like, oh yeah, there's like no way this will still be going on come October. Like everything's gonna be fine. So my bad. But yeah, so Nashville was fun. Would love to go back when we're not in a pandemic. I think I'll just leave it at that. But traveling and the like 4-hour plane ride to and from Nashville, I was able to work on my travel whip, which I never work on because I never travel. So a lot of progress. I like over halfway done with this right now. So love how it's looking. This is stitched on 18 count Aida. I did dye this fabric myself, and I'm using white DMC. I think it's the B5200. I don't know why I'm looking behind me. I don't have it right here. I think that's the one. I might have the number slightly off, but you know the one I'm talking about, the like bright white. And this is from Soda Stitch Designs on Etsy, and it's a black work poppies design. So those are some poppies there, outline of poppies there, butterfly here. I think there's another butterfly that will be up here, and then some more poppies fill it in. So this is super cute. Love how it's turning out. And this is my first black work design. I don't like line work. I don't like back stitching. This was like a nice mix of, it still got a lot of full crosses, but then some fun like black work elements. So I was like, yeah, I could do that. I still don't love it. Still don't love back stitching, not my thing. That's fine, it's okay. So, but it's definitely fun. I love this for traveling because it's a single color, and just not having to worry about that, I think makes for a great travel project. So some progress on this. Next up is my stitch from Heaven and Earth Designs. Of course, full coverage. We all know I love full coverage. So this is Mini Night Cafe. The artist is Leonid Afromov. Chart is from Heaven and Earth Designs, and this is stitched on 28 count, and it's 1/1. And this is the like magic easy count even weave. I or Magic Count, Easy Count. I think it's called Easy Count. You can find this fabric on their website, and 123 Stitch also has it quite often. So I made some progress on this before putting it away. So I think last video, this column here was maybe about halfway down. And so I brought it all the way down. I was a little bummed, not gonna lie. I thought that when I finished this column, I would hit the 50% mark, and I didn't. It's like 45% done, but it would have been like really fun to put it away at the 50% mark. But I'm kind of like, I'm a little sad I just took this out because now I want to keep working on it. It's so beautiful. I love, love, love this chart. And it's a mini, so it's a little bit, I can just like feel the finish line much easier than my other Haid, which just feels like will take 20 years to finish. This one, I'm like, if I really pushed, I could have gotten this done in the year, but I'm not pushing because I started something new. So that will be the next Stitchy update. I alluded to this and briefly talked about it on my last episode. I think at that point I was ordering fabric and prepping floss cards, like just in case maybe I would start it. Like, who are we kidding? Of course I started it as soon as I had like my prep done. And it's been amazing. Like, I have felt so like, I don't know, reinvigorated. Like, you all know how it feels to start a new project. It's just a great feeling. So here it is. This is my start on Topaz by Alphonse Mucha. I have gotten confirmation from someone, from a native, wait, how do I say this? How do you refer to someone who's Czech? Like from a Czech? That doesn't sound right. From someone who is Czech, how to say Alphonse Mucha, and it is Alphonse Mucha. Not Mucha, not Mucha, Mucha. So that's my story. I'm sticking with it. Anyways, this is a chart from Scarlet Quince. 1,000 blended threads. I will show you how the floss cards turn out. It's like pretty fantastic. And I'm stitching this on 32 count Joblin. Everyone told me how to pronounce that correctly on my last video. Clearly pronunciation is a thing with me. And I think that's what everyone was saying, Joblin. So that's what we're going with. So stitching this 2/2 on 32 count Joblin. So I could have easily stitched this on 16 count Aida. Maybe made my life a little bit easier, but I kind of talked about this last time around. I'm like watching everyone stitch these like beautiful samplers on like these high count linens and just very jealous. Like it's not my style of stitching. I really like full coverage. And when you stitch full coverage, there's not too much of a point to use like, you know, a very like beautiful linen or anything like that. So I had gotten like a bunch of different samples of different linens and even weaves, and really liked this one that I had gotten, the Joblin. So because there's a little bit of white fabric that peeks through, I was like, yeah, it's worth it to get like a, you know, really pretty high count fabric and stitch over too. So that's what I did. I don't regret it because it's just, you know, it's something new for me and I like doing new things and kind of pushing outside of my boundaries. So, I mean, this is turning out so lovely. I will say this section in here, how do I point here? Sorry, so I'm used to filming on my camera, and right now I'm filming on my computer, and on my computer I'm like mirrored. So like this way, that way, I'm a little confused. My camera, I don't have to worry about that, but it's all about making it easier on me. So this section here was not too bad with the confetti. But then once I got to this like black border around the edge, the confetti was like, whew, like this is brutal. This is worse than either Haid that I've been working on so far. And in here, this whole section, like the confetti is really not getting any better. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I keep kind of glancing through the pattern and it seems like there's definitely sections, I think, where it's like these borders where it's really confetti heavy, and other sections where the confetti's not nearly as bad. So I'm just trying to get through it, but the confetti with the blended threads, like this is some of the slowest stitching I've ever experienced. I'm still very much enjoying it, and I think, I mean, having only started this maybe 3 weeks ago, it's actually a good amount of progress right here. Like, I'm not upset about the progress. I thought I would be a little bit further along than I am, but that's okay. It's also just been really busy. I haven't had a lot of uninterrupted stitching time either. So that's definitely adding to like the slowness of how I'm feeling with this. But this is what I've been basically working on exclusively for the past few weeks. With the exception of the weekend that I was traveling, I had my Poppy's black work pattern to work on. What else about this one? I am stitching on the diagonal for the first time. I'm liking it. And this is, what else? Oh, and I didn't grid. I'm a huge fan of gridding. Oh, there's a fly. I knew this was going to happen. I saw the fly in here earlier and I tried to get it and I didn't. And I just was like, I'm going to start filming and the fly's going to be flying around me. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. I'm going to have to pause and take care of it. All right. That's taken care of. The other thing I've noticed, stitching on this fabric is, so I am a big fan of the like modified loop starts. So because I'm stitching with blended threads, I can't do a standard loop start where you literally just have the loop at the end of your thread. I do a single or 3-stranded loop start depending on how many strands you have, right? But I'm doing it with 2. I'm making this sound more confusing than it is. It's a modified loop start is what I'm going to call it. So that's what I really like using to start my stitches. And I noticed that they come loose much easier on this fabric. I've never had that issue stitching on 28 count even weave. I've never had that issue stitching on any count of Aida, but it's like this fabric is almost so soft that the thread like just kind of slides out very easily and isn't anchoring. Same with the diagonal pin stitch. I use diagonal pin stitches to start strands on Aida all the time. I've never had a problem with them coming out. I thought that they were like really made for when you're stitching over 2, and they're just all slipping out. So I don't know if anyone has like tips or knows why that's happening. I'm very interested to understand more about that. So one of my favorite things about that project is all of the thread organization that I had set up. So I think, again, on my last video, I had showed, let me find like a pretty color one to show. Here we go. So this chart is like 90% blended thread. So I had made cards specific to this chart so that I could have each DMC color like individually numbered. And so this way, any leftover thread at the end, it's like still clearly labeled. So I can put it on its own, like, you know, floss drop and store it long term when I'm done with this. So I have each of the 2 colors there. And then I've got this little slot on the side for all of the like pre-blended threads or any extra threads. So this is making life so much easier. It was a lot of work. I've got 3 full binder rings of this is just for that one. It's a lot of thread. So these were a lot to make, even using the Cricut. You know, obviously I created the template on my Cricut, but then I had to manually fill in like each individual number for each individual floss card. So a lot of work. And then I also had these in 3 layers. So there's the cardstock, there's like a clear acetate over it just to like help keep it sturdy. And then I also put like sticker cardstock on the back, again, just to make it like as sturdy as possible. So, and they're holding up great. Like not a single one has had any like dents or looks like it's on the verge of tearing. And like I'm rough on these. So, and this is also, I guess, mini haul. Like I went and got all these threads at Joann's, but I didn't have any videos filmed in the meantime to show you all the beautiful floss when it was bought. Fun story. So obviously I've been posting like all of my videos on TikTok as I've been working on this project and prepping it. And the video that I posted where I showed like all of the floss that I had bought and kind of showed videos of me prepping the floss cards, Joann's Fabric commented on that freaking video. I like was freaking out. I was freaking out. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know how to respond. I had like nothing like funny to say to them. Like but I was freaking out. It's like the coolest moment. I will say, like, whenever I'm going for a huge purchase of DMC floss, Joann's, like, that's my go-to. Locally for me, I have a Joann's nearby and 2 Michaels, but Joann's is the closest. But I know that all the stores are kind of different depending on the local markets and, like, what people are buying. But the Michaels near me, there's, like, almost zero cross-stitch and embroidery section. There's like half of, not even half, like a quarter of a small aisle for cross-stitch supplies, and that's it. Joann's at least has like a full aisle and a half that's embroidery and cross-stitch supplies, and they just have the best deals on DMC. Like, it's normally priced at 60 cents a skein. When I went, they had a 40 cents per skein online sale, but I misread that, but they price matched it. Like, they gave me the online price even though I shopped in store because I was an idiot and didn't read the, like, flyer correctly. So they took pity on me. But, yeah, they do that, and then, like, you always have coupons on top of it. So for me, like, a huge DMC haul, if I'm kitting up, like, a full coverage project, Joann's is the best. They have the best deals. They have the best coupons. They're just fantastic. And they commented on my post. So now I'm Team Joann's forever. Sorry. I am thoroughly out of breath, and that's all of the stitching updates. But if you want to hear about Adam Hart Cross Stitch, the store, stay tuned. We're going to talk about it. And I've got, like, some fun sneak peeks coming up, too. This has been a wild ride. So how this all kind of came to be, and Stacie, if you're so sick of me like talking about you all the time, just tell me, but I will never stop. So on one of my Flosstube, maybe even my first or second Flosstube video, like there's like literally only been 4, it's not like there's that many, but one of them, I was talking about the fact that I had gotten this Cricut and I didn't know what to do with it and was kind of exploring. And Stacie Stitches mentioned, like, you can make floss cards with it. And, like, I am a floss drop user. I've never liked bobbins, never stored my floss on bobbins. Like, I love Annie's Keepers. I love floss drops. Like, so her saying make floss cards, I'm like, oh, this is amazing. Like, I was so excited. I went a little overboard and started prototyping way more like floss cards than was ever necessary or needed. And this was part of like a, not like an ad, I guess an ad, like a sponsored post for TikTok. Cricut had sent me this machine to make like 3 videos featuring the Cricut. So thank you, Stacie, because you, 1, like, kicked off the store, and 2, like, helped me fulfill this 3rd video that I needed to make that I, like, owed Cricut that I didn't know what the heck I was going to post about. So, made the video, got so much positive feedback on these, like, floss cards that I had made. So, I just, like, felt like if I could, like, make these sturdy, you know, just the, like, doing it on the Cricut wasn't going to cut it, and my Cricut is the like mid-tier Cricut, so it's not one that can cut like plastic or wood. I think the high-tier Cricut can, but mine can't. So it's like I want to make these sturdy, and I think people might be into it, and that would be really fun. And to be able to like do something on the side that's involved with cross stitch is like that's a dream come true, right? This is a passion. It's something I enjoy, like to just be able to do something with it, like was really exciting for me. So I kind of like pitched it to my husband. I'm like, you know, I have these innovative like thread holders, and I walked him through it, and he's like, whatever you need to do, like, let's do it. Like, why not? You know, we have the means to make it happen. Like, we'll just do it. Like, don't run from it. So we made a purchase. It's kind of right here. You can kind of see it. This is the Glow Forge. It is a laser cutter. And look, I've been cutting all day. Let's pop one of these bad boys out. And I have been making floss drops. This isn't the finished finished product. Yeah, so this is one example of these floss drop / bobbins that I have been making. Bear with me while I take the paper masking off. So yeah, this is what they look like. Maybe actually let me demo this with some that have actual floss on them. So here's one here. Do I have a binder ring nearby? I do not. So they hang like this, and this is like a limited edition specialty color. They also just come in like clear acrylic, but they're nice and thick. They're 3mm thick. So these are long lasting. They're not something you use one and toss. Like, these will last forever. So they go on the binder ring there, and then this is an extra slot for all your leftover bits of floss. And then you can like kind of wrap them up like a bobbin. It's not 100% perfect. Oops, I guess I wasn't showing that. But it's like fairly functional. So just kind of wrap it up like that, and it notches right there. So there's your bobbin part of it. And then if you put it upside down like this, hold on, your like standard bobbin storage container. Where's some space? They fit in. So you can store them like a bobbin, but they're a floss drop. Yeah, so what, like that, my mind's all over the place. So what did I do? Started making them, and the kind of plan that I have going is I have, this one's labeled. I have these just like basic clear acrylic ones, right? These are always going to be available. I think they're about like 50 cents per bobbin, maybe 52 cents. I kind of know what the whole bundle price is. These are going to come in packs of 25 and 50. And like, you know, kind of like very cost effective, convenient option. Especially if you're working on like a really big full coverage piece, it might make sense that you want to buy like big quantities at a time. So I've got those clear ones, and then each month I'm going to have specialty colors. So each month will be new. For the like website release, I don't know, shop release on, this is why I have to cut and edit, because I stop. My brain stops. My brain doesn't stop. My brain's going and my mouth can't catch up, and then it all just falls apart. And I have to cut and edit and get rid of all these pauses. This is, how do you do it? Like, how do you all do it where you just talk? It's mind-blowing to me. Okay. Take a deep breath, and I need to take a sip of wine and then finish the thought. All right. So 1 week ago, I did the first like release of the shop. I opened up shop online. I had 4 different varieties of floss drops available. The clear acrylic. I had that confetti color that I just showed that's called Hollywood Jade. And then I have this really beautiful, let me show it, hold on. This honestly was my favorite. This beautiful like black acrylic with like metallic swirls of green and purple. This is called Exotic Peacock. And then I don't have any of them to show, but I had a set of 4 colors, like specific for Halloween. So there was like an orange glitter, a white marble, a black marble, and then just like a jet black color. So those come in sets of 12. They're limited edition specialty colors. So each month, those colors will be different. And I'll probably rotate like popular colors back in, you know, maybe like twice a year or something like that, or maybe bring them back the next year. I'm like really thinking ahead clearly. But assuming things keep going, I may rotate back in like really popular colors or like highly requested colors. But yeah, there's going to be like different limited edition colors each month, plus the clear acrylic. So this has been like really exciting and then really nerve-wracking. I've never done something like this before, and the amount of like self-doubt that just creeps up of like, what am I doing? Like, why am I risking my time? Why am I risking my money? Like, what if people hate this? It's really overwhelming. I like literally might start crying. That's how much of an emotional roller coaster it's been. All that to say, like, everyone has just been so supportive, and you know, you all are people like I've never met, and I feel like I know you, but I don't know you. And the fact that people are just so willing to support each other and like just be a part of this community and lift each other up just really gets to me. So I'm just very, very grateful for all of the support, and just want to like let you know really truly how much it means, because there's a lot of self-doubt involved and a lot of imposter syndrome, and just, you know, the thoughts don't stop. This has been all consuming. So really does mean a lot. And I know there's a lot of folks that like could care less about floss drops, don't use them, don't love them. Like, I totally get that. I'm not trying to like sell them to anybody. And like still like went out and like bought needle minders and different things in the store, like just to be supportive, and like that, like, whoa. So anyways, again, my mind's going everywhere, but what I'm trying to say is launched the store last Sunday, and things, I mean, I think the first sale came in within a minute of it being live. And I've got footage. Maybe I'll splice it in. I don't know. But I've got footage of like the first 2 orders coming in. And like I get emotional still if I go back and watch it. Like I was a wreck. And yeah, I think the clear acrylic floss drops in the set of 25 sold out within 5 minutes. The exotic peacock in this like really beautiful color sold out very soon afterwards, and all of the floss drops were sold out within an hour. The Halloween set lasted the longest, but I also had about over double the inventory for the Halloween floss drops than anything else. So that kind of all like made sense that they, you know, definitely lasted the longest. So that was unbelievable. And this whole week now has just been a lot of nervous waiting of, 1, hoping everything arrives safely to everyone, and 2, hoping that people actually like them. I've gotten like some positive feedback so far, but like still just nervously like waiting for the hate email or like complaint, and not everyone's gonna love them. So I get that. Like not everything works for every stitcher. We're all unique and have different needs, and like our brains are all wired differently. So I'm not thinking like the same thing's gonna work for everyone, but if like anyone finds them useful or digs them and or just puts a smile on their face when they're stitching, like that's just incredible to me. So I'm so happy to be doing this. And Stacie, thank you for kind of planting that seed with the whole like, hey, you can make floss cards with your Cricut. And now wow, excuse me. So I'm not crying, I just sneezed. Stacie, thank you for planting the seed with like, hey, you can use your Cricut to make floss cards. And now this has snowballed into a thing. So with that, because things sold out so quickly, I did promise that if things were to sell out quickly, I would do a second restock in October. So that is happening next Sunday. I'm going to be restocking the clear acrylic, the exotic peacock, and the, where did it go? And the Hollywood jade. So these will be restocked, as will the clear acrylic. The first stock that I did, I had the acrylic, like these clear ones, in sets of 10 and sets of 25. And what I saw was that people were buying up the sets of 25 immediately. I think the only reason why people bought the sets of 10 is because the sets of 25 sold out and there were no other options. So I'm not going to be doing sets of 10 of these. I only really did the 10 thinking that people might want to try them out first before like buying a whole bunch and like weren't really sure what to expect. But I guess people just had faith, I don't know, and like jumped in. So moving forward, these are going to be available in sets of 25 and sets of 50. I'm also slightly changing the packaging for these. Let me get a little bag. So all of the packaging that I'm using is either compostable, recyclable, or fully like reusable, I guess, which is also recyclable. But like what I mean by that is instead of like a plastic bag for the floss drops to be packaged in, I'm using a muslin bag so that you can reuse this, you know, like maybe a little bit more than plastic. I feel like as like a stitcher, there's like plenty of small fun things like you could throw in a little bag like this. So I am trying to be as conscious as possible with waste. Acrylic is not a great eco-friendly product. Like, let's be real. I'm trying to make these the least wasteful that I can. But some of my like overall rational thinking also is that for folks that do use a lot of like floss cards or paper bobbins, that's super wasteful because they also don't last forever. Like these will last you forever. So I think that helps balance it out a bit, right? So anyways, there's no packaging changes for the specialty floss drops. The only changes for the clear acrylic, these will still come in the muslin bags, but I'm not going to, basically what I was doing is wrapping these in like additional like paper and then stuffing them into the bags and then putting them in a box and then putting the box in a bag. And I think they're fine. Like, I was just worried, like, I don't want them breaking or being damaged as they're being shipped, but like, clearly they're going to be fine if they're in a box, in a bag. So they're not going to be like individually wrapped in paper and then put in the bag. I'm just going to kind of like, you know, stuff 25. They're bigger. The bags are bigger than these, but my big bags are in a different room. I'm making this sound so complicated, and I'm sure nobody cares about the packaging. They're going to be packaged slightly different. If you bought clear acrylic before and you're buying more, it might look a little different. It's still going to come in the bag. I'm just not compulsively wrapping it, afraid of damage in shipment, because they're going to be fine. And also, again, just not trying to be a little bit less wasteful. The paper packaging that I use, though, is 100% compostable. So just know that if you get any. That was a lot. I'm not done yet. I've got the sneak peeks. Don't go away. I've got sneak peeks and I've got fun announcements. So hold on. Okay. This merchandise, this was not available in the last shop update. It's going to be available next week. Actually, maybe even tomorrow, I'll probably make it available. So I will be sending out a newsletter. So if you want to hear shop updates, you want to see pictures of the floss drops that are coming each month, you can go to my website. I'll link it below. You can sign up for like the email subscription newsletter. It's on the footer of every page of the website. And that's where I send my newsletters out from. So I'm going to send a newsletter out tomorrow on Sunday, most likely, if not Monday, but it's going out this week. And I'm going to talk about the t-shirt updates. The other update I'm going to include is, oh, and there's also a sweatshirt, which is cool. So there's that. The other update for domestic shipping, this last roll right now, currently, it's all weight-based. Sorry, excuse me. Shipping has all been weight-based. International shipping is going to continue to be weight-based with the very annoying exception of New Zealand and Australia, and I'll get to that. But domestic shipping, it's going to move to flat rate. It will be a $5 flat rate shipping. So if you're just buying like a single needle minder, don't do that. Like wait, you know, bundle and save. Because if you buy a whole bunch of stuff, you're going to save on shipping. It's going to end up being less for you. Okay, New Zealand and Australia, and this broke my heart. This broke my heart. Like 2 days before, not even 2 days, a day. No, 2 days. 2 days before the shop opened, United States Postal Service discontinued service to Australia and New Zealand. This all has to do with the pandemic and issues on the ground. So, long story short, like I started scrambling to find what shipping was going to cost for New Zealand and Australia. The best I could find was UPS. I could get like the smallest package I have there for $40. So right now, if you're in New Zealand or Australia, it will not be weight-based. It will be a flat rate $40. If you buy a lot of stuff, it will likely even out. I will probably lose money that on shipping, but that's okay. Like, I don't care. But I like $40 is crazy. I'm not expecting anyone out there to pay $40 for shipping. That's crazy. But I also like didn't want to just completely say no shipping in New Zealand and Australia. So I felt like that was the best I could do. And hopefully that situation resolves in the next month or two, and then it can just be weight-based. But yeah, without the United States Postal Service delivering to New Zealand and Australia, like just across the board, I think FedEx, the rate I got was $138. So like $40 seemed really good after seeing what the other options were, to be honest. So still not happy about it, but that's what the situation is. And all like my Canada folks, like so many Canadians. Ooh, something over there fell that really scared me. So many Canadians bought stuff. That was really cool. It's just like such a global community and is really amazing. So I sent packages all over the United States. I sent packages to Canada. I sent a package to London. I sent a package to Scotland. Very exciting stuff. So I just, again, thank you all for the support. It's just been so cool. Okay, fun stuff. So the best stuff for the very last. You're going to love fun sneak peeks, 2 of them. So, first up, so for October, the restock, you already know what's coming. It's the same specialty colors that were stocked at the beginning of the month. I'm doing again one more time because I promised that if things did sell quickly, I would do a second restock. From November onward, my plan is to like really only have one shop update each month because I do work full time. I've got a family to take care of, got life stuff. So I don't think I could do more than like one shop update a month. And I just want to plan, I basically have the whole month before to really stock up the inventory and like I think get better at having a sense of like how much I need, and it will just get easier. I don't expect things to always sell out within an hour. Like I want to make that clear. So anyways, for November, I'm already planning for November, and there's going to be three like specialty releases, just like October. There's going to be 2 limited edition colors. I'm not going to show those, but one of them is I think my ultimate favorite so far. Like I love my first favorite is Exotic Peacock, that dark one with the metallic swirls. Like I love it. It might be beat out by one of the November colors. It's so good. Ugh, okay, I want to show you so bad. I'm not going to. But I am going to show you the fall themed set. So there's 4 colors in the fall themed set. There's going to be 3 floss drops from each color. So it's a set of 12. So making a reappearance. This was part of the Halloween set. And it's going to be in the November set because it's still on theme, still on brand, is this orange glitter. So this is going to be pumpkin spice, I think. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet. It was just orange, very unoriginal orange glitter in the Halloween set. So we've got pumpkin spice / orange glitter. Coming up next, I think the like official name for this is coffee marble, and little like cappuccino color. Some browns and creams, very, very nice. Kind of rounding it out here with just a nice solid burgundy color. I've just got my fingerprints on it. I'm gonna wipe it off. So I have to like wear gloves when I handle these because I really, really don't want anyone receiving these with like my fingerprints on them. So just know that I do try and make sure they're nice and clean when they arrive to you. So just a very simple burgundy, very, very fall themed. And then the really pretty one. Love this one. This is like a brown sparkle, but it looks like, if you can see the lines in there, like it looks like bark with glitter in it. It's so pretty. So like all 4 of these together. Let me show you. So that is a fall themed set. So we're going like leaves on the ground, walk in the forest, pumpkins, like, I don't know. But yeah, very kind of, I love it. It's like, doesn't even look nice on the camera. It's very pretty in person, let me tell you. So that's the fall themed set. I've got the other 2 colors here and I'm not going to show you, but I really want to. They're good. They're good. But I've got more. I've got like a big announcement. This is like the pre-announcement to the big announcement. This is the only place where you're going to hear about this for at least another week, at least. So this is like very sneak peek. So because the like release of these has just gone so phenomenally. And like that wouldn't happen if it weren't for all of you. I want to be very clear about that. This is very little to do with me. It has to do with all of you. I obviously want to say thank you, like a huge giant thank you. So I'm doing a pretty big giveaway. I've been sourcing my acrylic from a couple different sources, but like literally like the one that makes the best stuff ever. It's just like really expensive, but it's so good. It's like worth it. Like it's worth every penny. It comes from Acrylic Me That on Etsy. If you like work with acrylic or have any use for it, go check out her page. It's like she makes incredible stuff and the quality is like so good. So obviously I've been ordering quite a lot of acrylic from her. Thankfully she's in San Diego, so shipping is like costing an arm and a leg for her. She does free shipping on her shop. But like, I think it's like fairly doable also because like I'm not that far. I'm 3 hours from San Diego, so it's not too bad. But she's been, because I've been buying so much from her, she keeps sending me like free samples of some of like her upcoming color releases. And so I've got these 4 different colors and they're beautiful. I'm going to show you one of them. So this is, oh, it's not showing up that well. Let's see. It's like green and blue swirls, and you can see every piece is like really unique. This is lovely. So I'm going to have, the giveaway is going to be, I think there's going to be a 3-winner giveaway. I'm going to run it on my Instagram. So if you're even interested in this, like go follow me on Instagram. If you're not, it's Adam Hart Cross Stitch. I'm going to do 4 sets of floss drops in the giveaway. And each floss drop is going to be a different color. So we've got that blue-green. We've got, I haven't cut these ones yet. So bear with me while I peel off a little corner of the tape. This one looks like fire. It's like black and orange swirls. I wish I had had this for the October Halloween set. I'm a little mad, but it's fine. So we've got that. So you'll get a set of floss drops, and I think there's going to be 3 winners. It might be 2, it might be 3. The green and blue, that black and orange. Is this one which one's my favorite? Okay. And then this one's going to be hard to see in camera, but it's like, oh, it's so pretty. Look at that. It's like a pearlescent, there's purple, there's like a pearl color, there's glitter, there's periwinkle. Look at that. We've got that, and then this one. This one's my favorite. That one's like my second favorite. This one's my favorite. So I'm telling you, her stuff is just incredible. Look, I mean, this is just like, woo, look at that. This will be the other one. So it's going to be a big giveaway. I have to count and see how many sets of 12 I can get. These aren't like huge sheets, obviously. I think I can get 3. So there would be 2 or 3 winners, and you get 4 sets of floss drops. And I haven't even talked about the needle minders. Don't forget. Don't forget, like I have said. So when I cut out those little hearts, again, trying to like not be so wasteful, there's that bit, is that. So I've been saving these, and I make needle minders. So if you buy a specialty limited edition floss drop set, it comes with a needle minder each and every time. So with the giveaway, each set will also have a matching needle minder. So you'll get 48 floss drops and 4 needle minders, the giveaway. In colors that aren't released, in unreleased colors that like I can't even tell you when those will be available, and if or when they will be available as floss drops in my shop. Like these are just sample pieces that I'm turning into floss drops and will be giving away, and I'm very excited about it. Out of breath. I think I forgot to mention my glass of wine and filming of the Flosstube episode tonight was inspired watching Man Darcy. Although I will say he was having a beer at like 7 in the morning on a Friday. So I feel like I'm, as crazy as I see, I'm a little bit like more restrained having a glass of wine that I didn't even get through Saturday night, evening night. It's almost nighttime now. So, yes, I am honestly like trying to watch more Flosstube. As bad as I am about filming Flosstubes, I'm also like equally terrible about watching them. I've got a list of like 50 different Flosstubers that I want to watch. It's really like hard to stay on top of. So I'm trying to like make the time. If I'm just like sitting here working on stuff, I'm trying to like have a habit of at least having like Flosstube running in the background so I can see more and start connecting with more people. So I watched Man Darcy's episode, was inspired to have a glass of wine and film this with you all tonight. So you can go thank him for that. I watched the first episode from Alexis, My Amazing World, and loved it. She has the second episode up, and I like need to go watch it. I've had it on my watch list, I think, for the past week since it's been up. So definitely going to get around to that. Go check her out. She's also amazing. Who else did I watch? I watched the first part of Kyle's newest Flosstube Stitching and Sound. And I had meant to like and comment, but I was watching from my phone and wasn't signed into YouTube, so I couldn't, but I was watching it. No, I was there. And I think, what else? And Mary Ashcraft. How could I forget? I watched, her 2 latest videos, and I didn't just watch them because she talked about me. No. She's been like so freaking supportive of this whole endeavor, and it's just been amazing. She's one of the many people that just I've been able to connect with, and it's just like so amazing. I'm very thankful for this community, and I love you all. So I'm going to be watching more Flosstube, and I figure if I can like mention the videos that I'm watching, it will help me like remember to watch more videos so I can talk about it and tell you how awesome they all are. So that's it for me. I'm very out of breath. I probably won't have a voice tomorrow. Yeah, if you have any questions, I don't know, want to know anything, want to see anything in a future video, let me know. Again, these will probably be spaced out more like 3 weeks to a month apart, just so that I have more to show you. And I'll stay in the habit of doing like stitchy updates in the front so that anyone who's here just for the stitching can watch that, and anyone who wants to stay for like shop updates I'll continue to do like fun little sneak peeks and stuff if you're into it. So that's it. Happy floss tubing. Have a great weekend. Let's be real. There's no way this is going to be posted tonight. It's probably going to go up tomorrow. So happy Sunday. And yeah, have a good one.